all you wonderful and amazing people. Welcome to the Fluffy Cow Studio. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. If you're returning, thank you so very much. I appreciate your support. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and the like button. Now I got some really easy DIYs for you today. Today I am going to start by doing a little painting on some ceramic. This may be plaster of Paris though. And back in the 80s and 90s that was kind of really popular. I don't know that it is so much nowadays. I don't know. So is what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you quick and easy how to make these little ceramics or whatever they are, plaster Paris ceramics, whatever, how to paint them to make them look real in just a few minutes. I am taking some burnt or umber, raw umber, paint from apple barrel, and I'm going to paint all over this little cow except for his nose and mouth and his horns and his hat and the little butterfly that's on his little behind. And I'm just going to paint that, filling in all of the crevices, all the little indentations. I want to make sure I get it really good in them crevices because I need to have a dark layer. While that is drying, I am going to paint the little hat with a king's gold yellow color from Folk Art. And I am just on this here, I'm just using a very small brush. It's not a liner brush, it's bigger than that, but it's a small one. And now I'm going to take a little bit bigger brush, and this is just a regular little maybe small chip brush, and I'm just going to go over all light. I'm going to go over, I'm doing a dry brushing, and I'm going over the raised areas. I'm not trying to get it down in the crevices. In fact, I want to avoid the crevices, and I'm just dry brushing over the top, letting all the places with heights catch the paint and leaving the dark underneath. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I get it to where I want it. I am using Nutmeg Brown by Folk Art. And then I will let that dry. And you want to make sure you get dry before you go to the next color or it will just blend in. Now I'm using, I think it's Khaki from Folk Art. I'm using the same small chip brush. And I find these chip brushes work a lot better doing dry brush than your softer bristle brushes. And I'm just going to go around him with that, and I'm hitting and missing. I'm doing it so it's, you know, even kind of around the whole cow, but I'm not caring too much. I want to kind of get that, let some of that nutmeg show through. So I'm just lightly kind of going over it lightly. And I'm going to let that dry. While it is drying, I am going to go over the top part of the hat with some antique white. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is Yellow Lemon from Folk Art. And now I am doing a Flamingo. Oh, what is it? Flamingo. Something for the little butterfly. Is it Flamingo cream or something like that? Or parfait or something? Something like that. And I am going to paint the ribbon on that with the same. Now I'm taking some antique white and I'm going, oh wait a minute, no, I'm doing Khaki on the little face. And now I'm going to just kind of go over it with, oh, I'm doing the ribbon, sorry, I'm doing the ribbon on the hat. And it's that flamingo parfait or something like that, or passion or paradise or whatever. Or coral, flamingo coral, that's what it is, flamingo coral. And now I am taking my pen and I'm going to draw in the little teeny tiny lines because they are very, very small. So this is a fine Sharpie pen and I'm just going to go around the edge and the lines, the indentations that are in that little butterfly. And before I do that, I did go over it with a mango, with a lighter mango. I'll have to look and make sure, and then I'll put the description uh, of the colors down below. But in this description box, and I just kind of dry brush over the butterfly and that little hat ribbon with that mango whatever, but I will put it in the bottom of the description box. Okay, and then I do end up painting the little feet black. Okay, now I'm going over the ribbon with that little, oh, maybe that's what it is, mango parfait or something like that. But I will write the real name down. And this is the final project. This is our little cow. And I did do the little nostrils in that pen too, the black pen. And this is just an easy little craft, but I didn't know if all of you guys, um, have ever done the ceramics, and maybe you guys have done tons of them and you're sick of them. That's okay too, but I just didn't know. I had these, I have a few more that I need to paint, and I just thought it would be something fun for, you guys, if you haven't ever painted, to get that realistic look of those little cows and anything you're painting with the dry brushing. You know, I love my fluffy cows. For our next project, we are going to start with a piece of cardboard. This one happened to be white, so I'm just going to keep it. And I am putting Mod Podge on it, but I should have put more Mod Podge on it because I had a little bit of issue when I put my napkin on it. Now I'm just ironing over my napkin because it's really wrinkled, and now I'm going to, now that my Mod Podge is dry, I'm going to put some parchment paper over the top and I'm going to iron it. But I should have put my iron, and I've learned this before, if my iron isn't warm enough, because I want to keep it cool, kind of on the low side, but if it's not warm enough, then I have issues with the napkins staying down, so I kind of screwed up there, but we got it to work out in the end. Now I'm just taking some Mod Podge and going over. I used a glue stick to glue the little cow on, and now I'm just using the Mod Podge to go over all of it. And once that gets really good and dry, then I'm going to glue some little clip arts that I got off of Pinterest, and they were free. And these are just of some lemons. So I'm doing some clip arts with some lemons, and I'm going to put them on. Now I didn't show putting all of them on. These are little lemons that I uh, printed off as well, and I made him into little lemon drops. And I put them on a little thin cardboard, just a little thicker than cardstock paper. I glued them on, and then I'm just gluing these on now with the glue stick around the bottom of that little cow. And then when I get them all on and everything else all on, I will go over and um, put some Mod Podge on them and on the pictures. Okay, we got our little lemon drops on there. We got our little clip art. And now I am putting on, I don't have a Cricut, and if you have a Cricut, it would be so much better. And I didn't want to paint these on or write these on, so I just printed it out on the computer. And as what it says is, let God melt your troubles away like lemon drops. And now I'm just putting some Mod Podge over the top of that, on top of the clip art and the top of the wording, the lettering. And then I end up taking off camera and putting some beaded stickers along the top and bottom of the words on there. And then I put some more lemon heads around the little words. And I did put a little bow. I think I filmed this part. Okay, now I'm going to take another piece of that cardboard, and I'm going to go around the edge with some lemon yellow or yellow lemon from Folk Art, and I'm going to go around there, and then I will take a little bit of white and just dab it, kind of like sponge painting, across the edges and around, so it's not just stark yellow. Okay, then I am going to take some hot glue, and I'm going to glue the cardboard pieces together. Of course, the little cow facing up. But first I'm going to take some yellow ribbon from the dollar store, and I'm going to glue that on to the back piece, the bottom piece. And then I did cut a little bit of this off. My napkin didn't fit it, and I kind of wanted it layered like this anyway. So I cut just a little bit of that off, and then I am gluing that on top of the ribbon and the cardboard. And then after this is when I went over it. I did add a little bit more clip art and some more, or the beaded stickers. I just didn't like the bold, blunt wording without, just the white. It just looked off to me. Now I'm going to make a little shoestring bow, and I'm going to put it just above the words, let God melt your troubles away. And you'll be able to see it all at the end, which is coming up soon. And I want you to know that I appreciate you guys for popping in. If you like what you see, please hit the like button, and please subscribe if you want to watch some more. Like I say, I'm kind of going a little slower because I'm doing some work in my house and stuff, but I'm still trying to get videos out there at least once a week, if not more. And you guys are wonderful, and I want you to remember that you are wonderful. When the world is dark, the best place to go is towards the light that shines in the darkness. If you're struggling, follow the light. And believe me, we've had to follow the light in my life lately. So, you guys, remember you're awesome, you're wonderful, and I will see you with the next video. However, I am going to just attach a little video of me doing some carving. I'm going to be carving a tabletop coffee table for my niece for her wedding. And if you want to watch that, it's not really part of the video, but it's just a little extra if you want to watch it. And I appreciate you popping in. Have a wonderful day. Catch you with the next one.